Everybody, welcome inside Emerson Gymnasium. I'm Jackson Walsh. Not going to have basketball just yet for you. Tip-off scheduled for 11 o'clock today. It's been pushed back to 11:30, so going to have to wait an extra half hour. We don't have officials yet. They have not arrived. A little bit of a miscommunication on that. So tip-off now, 11:30 instead of 11, so check back in about 25 minutes, and we'll have basketball coming your way up next on the NEWMAC Sports Network. Scheduled to tip in about 5 minutes here in Emerson Gymnasium between Coast Guard and Wheaton, and what was originally supposed to be an 11 o'clock tip. It looks like it's now going to be even a bit later than 11:30. They froze the clock here inside Emerson Gym. No referees on the floor yet. So I'm going to keep you updated when we'll tip, but it will be later than 11:30 at the moment. Still no referees on the floor. Once again, we'll be tipping after 11:30. Not a set time yet. It'll probably be determined by when there are referees on the floor. Three-man crew still not here yet. Check back in. Don't go anywhere. Should not be long, though, from what I've heard. We'll be right back on the NEWMAC Sports Network. I'm Jackson Walsh. Once again, if you're just joining us, we were scheduled for 11 o'clock and then rescheduled for an 11:30 tip here inside Emerson Gymnasium for a Saturday late morning that's now going to be turning into afternoon shortly matchup between Coast Guard and Wheaton for some men's NEWMAC basketball, but that time is going to keep getting pushed back because we don't have referees, and without referees, we don't think it would play a very even ball game, so still waiting on them to arrive. None on the floor yet. Heard rumors that one is here in the locker room, but obviously not going to play a game with a one-man crew. Still waiting on two more referees, and with that, we'll still be waiting on tip between Coast Guard and Wheaton, a rematch of a January 4th matchup that took place down in New London. Should be a good rematch today. Coast Guard trying to get out of the hole in the NEWMAC. They're sitting around the bottom at 2-5, tied with Clark and Springfield. Wheaton right now tied with Babson. I believe they hold that tiebreaker. Both Babson and Wheaton at 4-3. As of right now, Wheaton has the advantage in the head-to-head through the one game they've played. So that would put Wheaton in third place. And then the front runners, WPI and Emerson right now. The WPI Engineers first in the conference, the reigning conference tournament champions right now, 7-0 in the conference, 15-2 overall. They're nationally ranked. Emerson sits in second all alone, 6-1, 11-7 overall for Emerson College. And I just talked about it, Babson and Wheaton, both 4-3 in the NEWMAC. And I'm not sure how they do it with the one game through. Babson listed ahead of Wheaton at the moment, but we'll have a firm idea of who's ahead of who come Wednesday when Babson comes in Norton to square off against Wheaton and try to get revenge in that matchup that took place up in Babson Park earlier in the month. So they're both at 4-3, and then three teams all at 2-5. One of them here today. Clark 2-5, 10-8 overall. A team that at first in the not even in the NEWMAC, I should say, in the non-conference, were playing pretty good. Had a tough schedule, but fared well. And they were also coming off a very strong season last year, led by now sophomore guard Isaiah Taylor, who won NEWMAC Rookie of the Year last year. But the NEWMAC slate has not been friendly to the Cougars. They're 2-5 in the conference, really struggling, unlike them. Springfield also at 2-5, 5-13 overall. Had a tough year last year, and the woes continue out in Western Mass. Then Coast Guard, 2-5, also not having the best season overall. They're 4-14. So tied with Clark and Springfield, and then sitting in dead last right now, MIT. The Engineers 1-6 in the NEWMAC, 3-13 overall. 1-6, that one win coming against Coast Guard for MIT. And the Engineers, if it weren't for Clark, would probably be the surprise of the conference in terms of outcomes right now. Had a pretty good year last year. They snuck into the NEWMAC tournament, grabbed 5th place, just edged Wheaton out. Wheaton took 6th place going into the NEWMAC tournament last year. So MIT playoff, well, not even to say playoff contenders, championship contenders last year as they made the playoff. And just hasn't been their year. Only 3 wins on the season, 1 in the conference. Tough times up in Cambridge. So that's your look on NEWMAC basketball right now on the men's side. Top 5 get into the playoffs. So if that ended today, WPI would have to buy the 1 seed. Then it would be Clark and Wheaton squaring off. Clark, Wheaton, or Babson, still confused on how that tiebreaker works between Babson and Wheaton. So it would be Clark playing either Babson and Wheaton for a play-in game. The winner of that would then play WPI being the top seed, and then the 2 and the 3 play each other. So that would be Emerson against either Wheaton or Babson if the season ended today. We're right around the halfway point in conference play. Last week of January finishing up, and then February we'll have a good amount of NEWMAC basketball. The season will end, I believe Wheaton's last game is February 18th. That's going to be senior day against Emerson. So still a lot of time and a lot of movement is sure to occur in the NEWMAC. And you never know, a team like Clark could snap out of it any second, and Wheaton just has to keep riding that pace they've been on, really looking at their season as a whole. In my opinion, the one game where you just can't lose that ball game was the game at Coast Guard. But credit Coast Guard in that got out to a quick start and really never looked back. Wheaton did make a little bit of a comeback at some point and then just put it away in the final seconds for a 75-74 win. That's the one game on this Wheaton schedule that where I look back and go, that just can't be a loss there. You got to take that and ride with it, go for a win in that. But unfortunate. And another impressive mark, just looking back at this schedule and remembering all the games. Out of their 8 overall losses, there was really only one game where you tip your cap to the other team and just accept the loss in that one. You just got outplayed, and that was their second game of the season right here during the Wheaton tip-off tournament, where they lost to Worcester State in the championship game, where it was close at the half, then Worcester State just ran away with it in the second half. But other than that, it's been a ball game with every team they've played. Even in the losses, it's come down to the final minutes, sometimes not being on the right side of them. And this team kind of had that idea going in that every game was going to be a dogfight, considering how experienced this all, just a team full of veterans. Aaron Williams, Alex Carlisle, Evan Cook, Mark Henley Lima, Patrick Ode. Such a veteran team, and when you have a veteran team, you're going to be in ball games, and that's what they've been doing so far this year. Have themselves in a good place, sitting in third, tied with their rivals. And that's going to be a fun one right back here on Wednesday. That'll be their next game, so that'll end the 3-game homestand. But if you're just joining us, I've said it a couple times, I'll say it again. This game is delayed. Supposed to be an 11 o'clock start, then got moved back to 11:30, and now it's going to be a tentative start. Not sure when that time will be, but we don't have officials here in Norton. No officials for the game, so this tip just keeps getting pushed back and pushed back more. So when they're here, I'm figuring we'll start up right away. Not going to waste any more time. This is game one of a doubleheader. The Wheaton women will be playing right after this as well. Part of a doubleheader for the second time in a week. Had one Wednesday. The men took down WPI by their largest margin of victory in conference play ever, 84-39 over the Engineers. And then the women fell to WPI in the nightcap, and men supposed to tip off this morning against Coast Guard. Now it's looking like it could be noon or maybe even later. Not sure when this could start, and sure, it might just pop up. You know, officials walk in, we get going, but not the case at the moment. And then that's pushing back the women's tip. As I said, they're scheduled to play Clark for what was a 1 o'clock scheduled tip, and that game is going to get pushed back. And might as well throw in other athletic games going on at Wheaton that could be affected. There's a track meet scheduled here for a 3:30 start. Just behind me, actually, through the hallway inside Beard Fieldhouse, a part of the fabulous Haas Athletic Center. And that could get affected because every student worker doing these basketball games, all a part of the Wheaton baseball team, they're all scheduled to work track today, so it'll be a triple header between both men's basketball, women's basketball, and then track. So track could get pushed back as well, just because, myself included, everybody's here working basketball, so a lot of moving parts here today, and not sure how it's going to turn out at the end of the day. Part of a very long day. And that's all I got for you right now. You know what? Give him a little airtime here. My cameraman, AJ Uchi, sits in, films, and does the computer every game.
Hey, how you doing? It's Amadeo. It's good to be here. Jackson's does a very great job, and I'm happy to help him out.
Thanks. I appreciate that, Uch. You've been killing it on the camera all year.
Almost got fired, but it's okay.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? The great AJ Uchi Jr. doesn't get better than that. One of the best all-around guys you'll meet on this campus, and glad to have him sitting next to me this entire year. So we'll step away for a little bit. It looks like, just looks like a couple players leaving the court. Most of the team's hanging out around the bench, but there's no officials here still. The clock here inside the gym just got put on 20 minutes, and now the horn is going off. So I have no idea what's going on. Maybe the officials are here, and we got word of that, and they're just going to run out, and we're going to get started. Audio just went off, and Alan Wickstrom at his post over on the other side of the court at the scorer's table. Looks like he might get ready to go for PA. We'll step away as he's on the mic now.
NEWMAC men's basketball contest featuring the visiting United States Coast Guard Academy, Bears, and your Wheaton College Lions. Wheaton College and NEWMAC and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. Request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, homophobic remarks, or other tyrannic actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, and team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Also, consumption and possession of alcoholic beverages is prohibited. At this time, we'd like to make a special presentation. This past Wednesday on January 25th versus MIT, Aaron Williams scored his 1,000th career point. At this time, we'd like to present Aaron Williams with his 1,000-point ball.
So there it is. That's why Alan Wickstrom was there. Referees are now here. Aaron Williams just honored for scoring his 1,000th career point back in the win over MIT. So now we'll step away, and here's the national anthem. Tip-off coming shortly. It's Coast Guard and Wheaton on the NEWMAC Sports Network. Once again, everybody, welcome inside Emerson Gymnasium. After about a 45-minute delay, we got men's basketball on the way. It's Coast Guard and Wheaton squaring off in a NEWMAC rematch of a January 4th contest down in New London. Coast Guard took that game 75-74 in a buzzer beater, but Wheaton looking for revenge today. They're riding a one-game win streak after 2 tough losses to the top 2 teams in the conference, Emerson and WPI. It should be a good rematch. Coast Guard and Wheaton coming your way next. NEWMAC Sports Network men's basketball.
The Bears are coached by Kevin Jaskowitz, assisted by Joe Sear, Tom Satrin, Lieutenant Commander Steve Bloom, and Lieutenant Commander Craig Johnson. And now let's meet your Lions. First year guard from Eastcott, Massachusetts, number 1, Weston Harry. A first year forward from Watertown, Massachusetts, number 4, Owen Morrissey. A senior guard from St. Johnsbury, Vermont, number 24, Alex Carlisle. A senior guard from Dunstable, Massachusetts, number 40, Evan Huck. A senior forward from Springfield, Massachusetts, number 41, Aaron Williams. The Lions are coached in his 26th year by Brian Ballsley, assisted by Brandon Newsom and Rick Mazzi. Officials for today's contest are James Neto, Gavin Flanagan, and Paul Clapper.
Alan Wickstrom on public address for the starting lineups. He'll turn it over to Wheaton College sophomore Ty Cali for the rest of the afternoon, as we're about ready for basketball here. 11:48 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This game was supposed to tip off at 11. Referees didn't arrive until right before the starting lineups were introduced, and now we'll take a look at today's starting lineups brought to you by Bay Coast Bank. It's a sophomore guard for Coast Guard number 3, Declan Rooney, the leading scorer on this team out of Seattle, Washington, averaging 13 points per game. He's going to be out without his running mate today, though. Number 5, Mitchell Shettles, the one that hit the buzzer beater against Wheaton back in early January, is out today. He's averaging 9 points per game. And it's number 10, Gerard Jackson, number 15, Elijah Parent, and number 25, Luke Farrell, alongside number 50, Bryce Vanderwire. For Wheaton right now, it's Owen Morrissey with the basketball. The freshman out of Watertown, Massachusetts, can't finish there. His classmate Tristan Harry out of Taunton, Mass, wearing number 1, making his second straight start. And then it's the 3 seniors, 3 of the top leaders on this team. Number 24, Alex Carlisle. Number 40, Evan Cook. And the leading scorer in the conference, who was just honored for scoring his 1,000th career point, number 41, Aaron Williams. 3 ball off the mark from Jackson last time around. Now Cook gets it off to Harry, left wing. There's Carlisle, short corner, 13 on the timer. Pulls up, got blocked. Good defense there. Right in front of him was Declan Rooney. Farrell hands it off. Jackson back outside. 3 attempt on the way. Parent, no good. Morrissey there for the rebound on the other side of the basket. Cook's going to push. Gets inside. Williams, open 3. Takes it. Comes up short. Cook saves it. Great play, Evan Cook. Look at that hustle. Gets around the defense. Gets it right back to Morrissey. Williams drives, and he's going to get a foul call. Thought that could have been a travel call at first, but it goes in favor of the Lions, so it'll stay on this end with Wheaton. Foul is going to be charged. Number 25, Luke Farrell, first-year forward out of Ortley Beach, New Jersey. Morrissey inside off the feed for Cook. Goes up with a right on the left side, and it goes through. Giving up some size there to the sophomore center, Vanderwire, as Coast Guard turns it over again on this end. Morrissey plays much bigger than his listed 6'3" height. Went over Vanderwire to finish down low there, giving up 4 inches on him. Coast Guard coached by Kevin Jaskowitz in his 14th season as Carlisle knocks down the 3 ball from outside. His first bucket of the day. Rooney couldn't finish it on the other end, and Carlisle's going to push. Cross half court. Gets downhill with his left. Now double team picked up by Farrell. Morrissey puts it on the floor, drives right, goes up with the right, and once again going up and over Vanderweyer right at the rim. A little bit of a hook shot there. Just kind of threw it up with the right, but it works. Falls through off the glass, and Morrissey's got 4, and Wheaton out to a 7-0 lead. Tristan Harry's going to get called for the foul. Going over the back of Vanderweyer trying to intercept that pass. Trevor Parks checks in for the Bears, the first substitution made for either side. Wearing number 11, the first-year guard out of Oldsmar, Florida. I think a strong first-year season, averaging just under 8 points per game. Rooney looking for something, now finds Jackson in the corner, and he took steps. Got in the paint and then didn't know what to do with it. Coast Guard's second straight turnover on the offensive end. Still have yet to score, about 3 minutes into the ball game. Morrissey again finds Williams. Williams baseline with a flush. His first basket of the day, the team's leading scorer, and right now a very strong candidate for NEWMAC Player of the Year, averaging 20.9 points per game on the season. Vanderweyer, elbow, can't hit. Williams there with a rebound. It looks like a race for Player of the Year right now between Jared Houston and Aaron Williams. Houston third in the conference in scoring, first in rebounding, then Williams first in scoring, third in rebounding. Carlisle turnaround, hits it. It's all Wheaton right now, 11-0 Lions. Coast Guard takes a timeout, and we'll take one, too. Wheaton 11, Coast Guard 0. We'll be right back. NEWMAC Sports Network. Delayed tip not affecting the Lions at all. 11-0 run to start this game. Carlisle with 5, Morrissey with 4, Williams with 2. And another turnover on this end for the Bears. Back the other way, it's Cook. Hands it off Carlisle straight away. Just missed front iron, and Morrissey going to pick up the foul, going for the rebound. It's going to be his first personal, the first year out of Watertown. Four Massachusetts natives in the starting lineup for Wheaton today. Carlisle, the lone non-Bay Stater, senior out of St. Johnsbury, Vermont. Williams out of Springfield, Cook out of Dunstable. Rooney, 3-ball. Cold streak continues. Harry fights for the rebound, saves it right in front of his bench to Williams. Cook goes left, he lost it. Fight for the loose ball in half court. Williams on the floor. Gets it in his hands and gets it to Carlisle, but Carlisle put his foot on the wrong side of half court, so a backcourt violation gives it back to Coast Guard. Rooney picked up by Carlisle and half court, now hands it off. It's a Farrell. Farrell now Vanderweer beyond the three-point line, the 6'7" center out of Schoolcraft, Michigan. Parks, Farrell, baseline, rattles in and out. Vanderweer, rebound, puts it back in. For Coast Guard's first basket of the day, they go 4 minutes and 20 seconds without scoring. Wheaton still holding on to a 9-point lead. Carlisle back outside. Morrissey Harry, 3-ball, corner. No good. Farrell pulls down the rebound. Jackson inside, tough shot. 1 foot got it to go with his left foot hanging in the air, fading away out of bounds. Now it's Cook, pulls up free throw line, right back to him. Cook, the glue guy on this team, averaging 11 a game. Goes quietly unheard in the box score sometimes. Shadowed by Carlisle and Williams scoring, but they wouldn't have the success they have without Evan Cook on the floor as Rooney drills the 3 from outside. That's his first basket of the day, the leading scorer on this Coast Guard team. 6-point lead for Wheaton. Morrissey has it outside. Carlisle, another 3 attempt. This time it falls. His second triple of the day. 2 of 3 from downtown. Farrell stripped by Cook going the other way, and Cook's going to get fouled. Would have had an easy layup going the other way. A smart foul committed by Luke Farrell there to stop the transition break. As well as substitutions from both sides here. Ty Murphy, Duncan Bubar into the game for Wheaton, and checking in for Coast Guard, number 33, Adrian Herron. They're in the sophomore forward out of St. Leonard, Maryland. A part of a very, very young Coast Guard team. Coast Guard only has 1 senior or junior on the team, and it's Gerard Jackson. Other than that, it's all first years and sophomores. But with that inexperience, there's a lot of size on this roster. Herron, 6'5", Vanderweer, 6'7". Cameron Brown on the bench right now, he's 6'8". It's the team's trade turnovers here. Foul is going to be charged on the offensive end to Trevor Parks, his first personal, and that's the 3rd team foul against Coast Guard. We're about 7.5 into the ball game. Wheaton in front, 16-7. Williams just way too strong down low. He can get whatever he wants down there, and he did it there. If you missed it, he was honored before the game for joining the 1,000-point club here at Wheaton, and he's joining the defense club today. Steps up and takes the charge on the baseline. We're going the other way. Foul's charged to Herron. It's his first personal now. 14 fouls for Coast Guard, so those are racking up rather quickly. Elijah Parent checks back in for the Bears. Parent, the lone New Englander on the Coast Guard roster. First-year guard out of Bristol, Connecticut. Murphy checks in. Off the mark that time. Harry Williams couldn't get the handle on it. Now he does. Shot clock at 15. Murphy stops, pops, gets it to go. Not his bread and butter, but drives and finishes there. And the response on the other end from downtown, Trevor Parks. Little pull up for Murphy. Said not his bread and butter, and that's because it's a guy that is one of the best three-point shooters in the conference. 3rd in the conference in three-point percentage at 42.9% from outside. He had 15 in the win over MIT, and it all came off of three-point shots, 5 of 10 from outside for Ty Murphy as Carlisle got fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. Carlisle knocks down the first of 2, an 81% foul shooter. Very well-rounded player. Listed at 6 feet, but like I said about Owen Morrissey, he plays much taller than that. Doesn't matter. He goes into traffic over taller guys and finishes a very, Very skilled player. Been one of the top players in New England in the last 2 years. And Brian Walmsley takes a timeout in his 26th year at the helm for the Lions. We'll take another break. 12:13 to go. Lions in front by 12. Wheaton in front of Coast Guard 22-10. Alex Carlisle leading all scorers with 10 points. 3 of 5 from the field, and he's 2 of 3 from three-point territory. Not usually a three-point shooter, but getting it done from outside today. And look at Mark Hunley-Lima on the other end. Checks into the game, hits the floor, gives his team possession back. Such a dynamic player off the bench. In his final year here in Norton, the senior guard played his high school ball for Zavarian Brothers in Westwood. Down low, Carlisle doing it yet again. He's got 12. Just talked about how skilled he is. He's on pace for a big performance today. Rooney back the other way into the hands of Mark Hunley-Lima with the steal, making an impact on defense, I should say. Back-to-back possessions. Murphy doesn't hesitate, hits it from outside. And Wheaton is firing on all cylinders right now. They're up by 17. Up top, it's Rooney. He'll try a three of his own. That comes up short, and there's Murphy with the rebound. Murphy will keep him himself. Gonna pull it back outside. Bullet pass inside to Morrissey. He can't finish. Jason Williams-esque pass from Ty Murphy there. And we're going the other way again. Illegal screen is going to be charged to Cameron Brown, the 6'8" center out of Elliott City, Maryland. Looks like he might have stuck his elbow out on the screen a little bit, and we'll have another timeout. 5-0 run for Wheaton after the last timeout. They now lead 27-10. You're watching NEWMAC basketball on the NEWMAC Sports Network. I'm Jackson Walsh. Start of this game flipped from the start of the last time these two teams met. Coast Guard had a 16-point lead at one point in the first half back on January 4th, and now Wheaton's in front by 17. Duncan Bubar finds Lima. Now it's Murphy. Back inside to Bubar. Bubar's going to post up on Vanderweer. Jump hook on the left, no good. Gets his own rebound. A third time, and this time it falls through for Duncan Bubar. His first basket of the day, the sophomore forward out of Newton. Rooney off the screen, cutting through traffic, got fouled at the rim. Foul's going to be charged to Bubar, his first personal. Only the third team foul against Wheaton as we're about halfway through the first half. And Declan Rooney going to the line for 2 shots. A quiet day so far, 3 points on 1 of 4 shooting. Knocks his first one down at the line. A 73% free throw shooter coming into this game is Rooney as Cook checks back into the game to replace Carlisle. Coast Guard applying a little bit of light pressure off of the inbounds, but Wheaton no trouble breaking it. Lima feeds Morrissey. Tough shot with the left. It just rolls over the front of the rim. Morrissey, one of the best players around the rim on this Wheaton team. He's a leaper, you can say. Rooney, line drive 3, got it to go. Looked a little hesitant to take that shot, but falls through for the sophomore out of Seattle. Cook off the screen now. Slows down his dribble, has room, pulls up, just rims out. Morrissey there on the rebound. Just out-hustled the Coast Guard defense for that one, and Lima tries the 3, and it goes. All of that set up by Owen Morrissey's hustle on D. Now Wheaton up by 19. Lima had 3 of those off the bench in the win over MIT. Finished with 9 points. As Rooney off the mark this time, Cook's going to bring it all the way to the basket, then dribble back outside. Now in the hands of Morrissey. Flow pass inside to Bubar. Got room and finishes. Good seal off and good feed on the connection from Murphy to Bubar. 21-point lead for the Lions, now their largest of the game. Rooney looking for any kind of breathing room. Now it's Parks straight away, guarded by Cook. Vanderweer inside. Can't get the friendly bounce to the right. Rebound there for Markenly Lima. Murphy, step back. Whoa, he's feeling it. Gonna give him some room. He's gonna pull it. His second triple. Murphy with 8 points. Rooney, long 2. Too strong. The rebound there for Cook. He's going to push it back the other way. Cook goes baseline. Leaves it off and too low on the pass there for Bubar to corral. Rooney's going to go back the other way, picked up by Murphy, and he's going to give it off to Elijah Parent. Smart decision there on the pass for Rooney. Leads the team in assists at 2.4 a game. Cook downhill with the left, blocked out of bounds, but a foul call. Trevor Parks thought he had a clean block, but got a little bit of the hand of Evan Cook. So it'll send Evan Cook to the line. That's Parks' second personal foul. First one rims out for Cook. A 69% free throw shooter coming into this game. A senior tri-captain alongside Alex Carlisle and Markenly Lima. 3 substitutions were made after the first free throw there for the Lions. Tristan Harry, Aaron Williams back into the game, and Patrick Ode checks in for the first time today, the senior out of the Woodlands, Texas. And it'll be 3 shots on the way for Trevor Parks. Markenly Lima fouls him from beyond the arc. That's the first personal foul charged to Markenly Lima. Parks off the mark at the line. The first-year guard out of Oldsmar, Florida, averaging 7.9 points per game in his rookie season. Off the mark on the second one as well. Parks 1 of 3 at the free throw line on that trip. Uncharacteristic. The best free throw shooter on this Coast Guard roster at 87%. Cuts the Wheaton lead down to 22. Lima feeds Cook inside. He's going to spin, tough shot. Patrick Ode right there with the follow, though. Looked like Cook got his shot blocked a little bit, but right place, right time for Pat Ode. Parks back outside with it. He'll take a clean three this time. It's going to miss, and there's Williams with the rebound. Top rebounder on this team with 8.7 per game, third overall in the conference. And he was going to get ready for takeoff, but took steps with it before he got downhill. Alex Carlisle back into the game. He'll replace Mark Henley Lima. Good run those last couple of minutes for Lima. Making an impact offensively and defensively. Rooney comes up short on the three that time, and Cook comes in from outside to crash the glass. Harry with it on the wing now, gives it off to Ode. Carlisle short corner, shot clock down to 15. Ode drives in, kicks back out. Cook gets trapped on the baseline, tries to find Ode, but pass sails out of bounds wildly. Turnover gives it back to the Bears. Ty Murphy back into the game. He's got 8 points on the day for Wheaton on 2 of 3 shooting from three-point territory. Rooney kicks back out. Parks tries another three. Can't get that one to go. Fight for the rebound. Ends up in the hands of Tristan Harry. Cross-court pass. Good ball movement. Murphy. No good. Harry. What a play from the first year. Flies around the court now. Takes the three. Bit too strong. Vanderweyer with the rebound. Off the mark. Jackson that time. Vanderweer can't finish on the putback. Under 5 minutes to go in the first half. 24-point lead for the Lions. Murphy. Wild shot. Came up short. Transition three. Parent takes it and hits it. Harry with the ball, has 5 rebounds on the day, finds Williams, and one, count it. Good cut to the basket and an even better find from Harry. Harry has not scored yet, but has made more of an impact on this game than a guy that hasn't scored that I've seen so far this year. 5 rebounds, 2 assists. And hustle plays don't show up in the box score. He has multiple of those, and we'll go to the break before Aaron Williams takes a trip to the free throw line. 44-21, Wheaton in front over Coast Guard. Aaron Williams to the free throw line for one shot here after got the basket and the foul off the pass from Tristan Harry before Kevin Jaskiewicz took another timeout, only a 30-second timeout. Williams converts the and one. He's got 7 points on the day. Approaching 4 minutes to go in the first half. Lions in front by 24 again. Rooney with the ball. He's leading Coast Guard with 8 points. Contested jumper, too strong. There on the rebound was Vanderweer, but got fouled when he pulled it down. Only the 5th team foul against Wheaton, so still a couple fouls away from free throws for Coast Guard. Foul was charged to Patrick Ode this time. Jackson fades away off glass, no good. Scrum for the rebound, and Williams pulls it down out of the hands of Vanderweer. Murphy off the screen. Can't hit the three, and it's going to be a foul on Wheaton on the rebound, charged to Tristan Harry. I'm sure as a coach in that situation, you're going to be okay with a guy picking up a foul there, especially Tristan Harry. Just how much he hustles and how much he wants it. That's just a guy going after the basketball with no other thought in his mind besides pulling the rock down. Jackson swatted by Cauliflower, saved by Williams, but off the hand of Thawer out of bounds. Cauliflower checks in for the first time today. The sophomore forward out of Amman, Jordan. Played his high school ball at DME Sports Academy down in Florida. Jackson open for three, takes it, can't make it. Rebound finds Cook after it was tipped around a little bit. Murphy off the screen, gives it right back to Thawer. Big man takes the three, it's going to miss off right. Rooney pulls down the rebound, now it's into the hands of Farrell. Farrell outside. Vanderweer is going to hand it off. Rooney, deep three. Just barely grazes the rim, and Williams there on the rebound. That's his 5th. Fire up top, 15 on the shot clock. Wheaton running a little bit of a flex offense here. Carlisle, three ball. Oh, no, his foot was on the line. Just barely. Doesn't take away that this guy's having a day, though. 14 points on 5 of 7 shooting for the senior captain. A traveling violation against Coast Guard Elijah Parent. Got started a little too quickly going to the basket. Owen Morrissey re-enters the game, replacing Williams. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half now, and it's all Wheaton College. On pace for their second blowout win in as many games as Carlisle pulls up. That ball just rattled in and out of the basket, and Vanderweer pulled down the rebound. He hands it off to Jackson. Jackson up floor on the baseline. Kicks it back outside. Rooney has it right next to the Wheaton bench. 20 on the shot clock. Thawer guarding Rooney. Rooney disadvantaged size-wise, but turns around and knocks it down. Rooney's got 10. Murphy left open. Makes it. Came right off that dribble handoff from Carlisle and realized nobody was within 3 feet of him, so that's not a shot that you want Ty Murphy to take if you're the opponent. Rooney can't make that one. Under 1 minute to go. Cook's going to bring it up floor across half court. Cook inside, hands it off to Morrissey. Morrissey to the basket. Tried another little hook shot, but this time it was off the mark. Parent goes left. Help defense, doesn't matter. Tough finish for Elijah Parent. 25-point lead for the Lions. 3-second different shot clock and game clock here. Carlisle gives it off to Cook right on the logo. Looks like they'll take their time here on the last possession. They'll go with 7. Carlisle, left wing. Crosses over. Tried to get it to Thar. Thar has it. And just barely didn't get that layup off. The shot clock went off right before Thar can get it out of his hand. So Coast Guard will have 2.6 seconds here to go the length of the court to try to get some momentum going into the locker room. Full court pass. Tipped away by Thar, and the clock looked like it started a little late on that. Looked like the signal was Wheaton ball. Only 1.2 seconds came off the clock. Oh, no, it's going to stay with Coast Guard, excuse me. So Coast Guard will have 1.4 seconds here in the half court. Parents inbound. Looking for something. Vanderweer gets it. Clock says 0.8 now. The referee's at the table. So now it's going to get changed to 0.1. Might have been tipped out of bounds by Duncan Bubar, who was guarding the inbound. And whoever was at the table running the clock didn't pick that up. Oh, no, other way around. So it's going to be 1 second on the game clock here for Coast Guard. So enough time to catch and shoot. 3-ball corner is going to be off the mark there from Farrell. And Wheaton going into the break with a 25-point lead over Coast Guard. 50-25, the Lions lead. Started on an 11-0 run and didn't look back after that. Alex Carlisle leading the way with 14 points. Ty Murphy chipping in with 11. So once again, Wheaton 50, Coast Guard 25. Halftime here inside Emerson Gymnasium. Great to be with you this afternoon. I'm Jackson Walsh. Stick with us. Second half coming up next on the NEWMAC Sports Network. First half here inside Emerson Gymnasium on the campus of Wheaton College, and it's all Wheaton right now, 50-25 over the United States Coast Guard Academy. Quick look at the first half stats before we start up with the second half. That'll be in about 2 minutes. Wheaton 50 points on 20 of 38 shooting. That's good for 52% from the field, 6 of 14 from 3, 42.9%. At the free throw line, they went 4 of 5 for 80%. And leading the way for the Lions, number 24, senior captain Alex Carlisle, 14 points on 5 of 8 shooting. For Coast Guard, Declan Rooney leading the way with 10 points on 3 of 12 shooting. As a team, they're shooting 9 of 31 from the field, 29%. 4 of 12 from three-point territory, 33%. And then at the free throw line, they're 3 of 5 for 60%. Those were your first half stats, brought to you by Goat City Pub. Visit Goat City just down the road in Norton on Route 123. Wheaton 50, Coast Guard 25. We'll be right back. Second half coming up. NEWMAC Sports Network. It's going to be Coast Guard ball to start off the second half. Declan Rooney picked up a Alex Carlisle at half court, the two leading scorers in this game. Jackson drives in, tough shot, goes off behind the stanchions on the back of the backboard, but they're going to say it was tipped out of bounds, or blocked, I should say, by Wheaton, so it's going to stay with Coast Guard, 17 on the shot clock. Coast Guard only shooting 29% from the field in the first half. That's just not going to get it done no matter how good your defense is. And the Wheaton offense not making the Coast Guard defense look too good. They're shooting 52% from the field. Almost had an unforced error, 3 on the shot clock. On the way, no good from outside Vanderweer. And Cook will give it off to Carlisle. Senior out of St. Johnsbury, Vermont. Said it earlier, one of the top players in New England and one of the top players in the conference the last 2 years. Look at Williams fighting for the rebound down low. A third try, and he got fouled. This team just wants the ball more right now, and Williams will go to the line for 2 shots. 7 points in the first half for Williams on 3 of 5 shooting. His second trip to the free throw line. Took 1 shot earlier. Converted an and 1. Misses off the front end on the first of 2. Senior out of Springfield, Massachusetts. Knocks down the second one at the line. Extends the lead to 26 now for Wheaton. Another turnover for Coast Guard on this end, their 11th of the game. Cook hands off Morrissey. Morrissey drives into the paint. Cuts. Can't finish, though. Vanderweer with the rebound. Transition three. Parent drills it. Elijah Parent having a strong day. He's got 10 now. 2 of 3 from three-point territory. No good that time, and out of bounds. It'll be going back the other way for Coast Guard. Carlisle applying a little bit of light pressure at half court on Rooney again. Rooney got some wiggle room, goes left. Can't finish with his left hand, though, and Williams pulls it down and keeps it himself. Cook off the screen from Williams, back outside. Harry pump fakes on the three, goes baseline, cross-court pass. Cook has it, takes the three and hits it. Evan Cook's got 6, his first tray of the day. Farrell outside, and it's taken by Carlisle. Back the other way. Carlisle, finger roll. Finishes. Morrissey was going to be there for the tip-in if it rimmed out, but no need. And on the other end, Jackson can't convert. Morrissey pulls down the rebound. Carlisle's got 16 now, his first bucket of the second half. Carlisle. Back outside, Williams. Up fake on the three, now in the lane. Jump stops, up with the right and in. Comes up limping. Looked like he might have gone knee to knee with someone. He's going to jog it off, though. He'll stay on the floor. He's okay. Williams in double figures with 10 now. Had a streak of 15 straight games in double figures that ended a couple weeks ago. Farrell can't get the bounce on the three. Williams throws it right back to Farrell, though. Excuse me, that was Morrissey on the errant pass that time, and they're going to get Carlisle with a foul. And not exactly sure what Alex Carlisle did there to pick up the foul, but picks up his first personal foul. Second team foul of the half against the Lions. It's floated in off the inbound to Vanderweer, crosses it back. Farrell takes another three. That one doesn't go. Vanderweer rebound, goes up over Morrissey. Counted and one for Bryce Vanderweer. Vanderweer now to the line for one shot. Foul's charged to Morrissey, his second. Vanderweer, a 58% free throw shooter. Can't hit to convert the and one. Williams pulls down his 8th rebound of the day. Looks like he's on his way to yet again another double-double in his senior season. Ten seconds. Harry, near side corner, goes in. His first bucket of the day. First year guard out of Taunton. Inside Jackson finishes. Williams, it's like he backed out of taking a charge at the last second. That's Jackson's first bucket in a while. He's got 4. Lone senior or junior on this Coast Guard team. He's the captain of the Bears in his senior season. Morrissey left open for 3. Why not? 2 first years hitting back-to-back triples. Swatted by Williams on the other end. That was malicious. Going to stay with Coast Guard, though, after the big block by Williams. 24 on the shot clock. About 5 minutes in to the second half here, and Wheaton has doubled up Coast Guard. 64-32. Back the other way, it's Jackson. Dribbles to his right straight away, now goes left. And swatted by Cook. I don't know if that was a pass or a shot. Finds the hands of Rooney, and now it's stolen. Comes up, Carlisle has it. Take off, oh, he lost the dribble. And they're going to call him for a double dribble. Williams was all alone for a dunk. You just can't catch a break with possible dunk attempts sometimes. That one would have brought the house down. Still 32-point lead for the Lions. Not going to complain about that. Jackson now takes the three. Thought about it for a while. Morrissey crashes the glass from the weak side. He's got 6 rebounds to go along with 9 points. Cook leaves it off for Morrissey. Morrissey just slithers through traffic, can't finish, and it's tipped out into the hands of Jackson. Jackson in transition, a 2-on-4. He'll pull up at the free throw line and knock it down. 2 quick buckets for Gerard Jackson. Now Cook left wing finds Williams on the near side block. 15 on the shot clock. Good court vision. Harry, 3-ball, that just rattles out. Farrell on the rebound for the Bears, and the stoppage of play. I don't know if it was a timeout. Looks like Farrell a little bit bloody, so he'll go over behind the Coast Guard bench to the trainer for the Bears. That's what the stoppage was for. So it's going to be Trevor Parks checking in for him. Wheaton making some substitutions of their own. Ty Murphy, Markenley Lima, and Duncan Bubar all back into the ball game for the first time this half. Vanderweer has it. Now he's going to fake the handoff. Good defense. Williams prevented Jackson from getting it. Long 3 off the mark from Elijah Parent. Carlisle will take his time, bring it back up the other way. Gets downhill. Bubar, a fake on the 3. Picks up his dribble off the glass, no good, and the rebound into the hands of Parks. Back up floor for Parent. Parent's going to bring it back outside. Rooney pulls up, left elbow. Got it. Rooney's got 12 now, leading the way for Coast Guard. Carlisle gets it from Bubar. Rips, goes left now. Brings it back outside. Lima in front of his bench. 3-ball. Got it. His second triple. He's had a quieter senior season than he would have wanted, but this team is going to be even more lethal in the playoffs if he can keep providing a spark with his shooting off the bench like he has been the last couple of games, as Rooney can't get it to go that time on the baseline. Williams with 9 rebounds now, 1 away from a double-double. Carlisle threw it away into the hands of Jackson, up floor, and he got fouled. Looked like it was Murphy from his left side. He's going to be charged with a foul. Murphy's first personal, 4th team foul of the second half against the Lions. Substitutions here for both sides. Patrick Ode back into the game, and for Coast Guard, it's going to be Cameron Brown. But before they check in, we'll have a timeout. 12:09 to go. Wheaton keeping their foot on the glass. 67-36 over Coast Guard. We'll be right back. It'll be free throws for Coast Guard out of the timeout. The captain for the Bears, Gerard Jackson, at the line to shoot 2 after he got fouled, going up for the layup. He's got 6 points on the afternoon. A game that tipped off before noon, ended up tipping off around 11:50. Was supposed to tip off at 11 today, but had that 50-minute delay because there were no officials here. And it's pushing everything back. It'll push back tip for the women's game that's scheduled for 1, but will now be a bit later than that. Ode at the free throw line. Good pass to find Bubar. Bubar can't get the little push shot on the other side of the basket, and back the other way goes Rooney. Straightaway 3 ball, no good for Parks. Carlisle, hard crossover, goes left, lost it, bobbled it, but going to be out of bounds off of himself, back the other way for the Bears. $29-point lead for the Lions right now. Biggest it got was 34. Rooney can't roll it home, and Pat Ode crashes the glass from the weak side. Lima. Oh, Mark-Henry Lima. Third triple of the game, second of the half, back-to-back games for Mark-Henry Lima with 3 3-point makes. And that's just going to make this team better and better the more Mark-Henry Lima puts it in the basket. He's been working on his shot with Wheaton assistant coach Brandon Newsom. In his second year on the sideline for the Lions, joined by Rich Fazzi in his first year for Wheaton. Parks knocks down the first one at the free throw line. Assistant coaches on the Coast Guard bench, Joe Sire, Tom Satrin, and then Lieutenant Commander Steve Blum and Lieutenant Commander Craig Johnson. 2 of 2 at the line for Parks on that trip. He's got 7. Coast Guard now going to return the favor and put the press on Wheaton a little bit. Now guarding Alex Carlisle. In the game for the first time is Christian Rogers, the first-year guard out of Linwood, New Jersey. Carlisle threw everybody on the baseline, off the glass and in. I mean, there were 4 defenders around him when he took that shot, and none of them had a chance to contest it. We have a foul away from the ball. It's going to be on Alex Carlisle, who was guarding Adrian Herron. Carlisle's second personal foul, 16th foul against the Lions, so Coast Guard will be shooting free throws the remaining 10 minutes. Parks, a little nifty reverse there. Murphy cooking up a little mid-range. Shake and bake to make some room for Ty Murphy. He's in double figures with 13. Now Parks guarded by Murphy. The two just traded baskets. Top of the key, Herron gives it off. There's Brown. Brown spins. Can't finish with the right. It's going to be tipped out of bounds by Herron. Tarmo Tari into the game for the first time today. Tari, the sophomore forward out of Chelmsford, Massachusetts. About 45 minutes up 495 North. Lima gets trapped, and call is going to be that he was pushed out of bounds a little bit. Foul's going to be charged to Parks. Now Parks had a little bit of foul trouble. He's got 4. That's only Coast Guard's second team foul of the second half. Murphy inbounds it to Tari. Finds Carlisle on the cut. Didn't get a good bounce. Looked like it clipped the side of the backboard a little bit. Back the other way, Parks has it. Trailing him is Brown. Brown spins. Can't finish. Heron tip from behind. It stays in bounds this time. Carlisle corrals it in the far side corner. Lima comes up short. Brown on the rebound. Now back the other way. It's Parks. Brown throws it up. Can't finish. Brown back with it straight away. Parent sinks it. Elijah Parent now leading the way for Coast Guard, and he's doing it very efficiently. 5 of 7, 13 points for Parent, and he's 2 of 4 from three-point territory. Lima off the dribble handoff. Now it's Ode. Ode, Murphy, 3. Rattles it home. Ty Murphy, 16 points on the day. .32-point lead for the Lions now. Parks can't respond to the 3. Murphy pulls down the rebound. Lima's going to give it off to Ode. Ode now to Murphy. Crosses to his right, steps into it. Oh, he's hot! Keep feeding the man the rock, Ty Murphy. 19 points, 5 of 8 from three-point territory. And Wheaton is just dismantling opponents inside Emerson Gymnasium. That's the new theme for this week. Took down MIT 85-39 and now leading Coast Guard 80-45. And a Coast Guard team that they lost to kick off NEWMAC play. 75-74 loss back on January 4th. And a different story today. They're well on their way to taking a win. Doesn't look like Ty Murphy's going to be getting shots up anytime soon. Wheaton going to the bench here. Jaden Kelleher, Sam Manganello, and Sal Petavillano all checking into the ball game. Got to see Petavillano a little bit in the win over MIT, and I liked what I saw a lot. Similar to Harry, just a player that is going to work hard when he's in there and make the smart decisions, as another three-pointer on this end falls through for Coast Guard. Elijah Parent continuing the hot streak on the offensive end. The bright spot of the day for the Bears. Manganello has it outside, going to hand it off to Petavillano. Tari, Kelleher. Shot clock down to 5. Tari got fouled from behind in the post. Not going to be free throws, though. It's just going to be a fresh 20 on the shot clock here for Wheaton. Mark Kenley Lima will now head to the bench. He's going to be replaced by Hector Perez, first-year guard out of Brockton. Perez with it, swings it back the other way. Kelleher, now Petavillano. Kelleher thought about the 3, drives in. Manganello. Looks like it got tipped. Fight for the rebound, and it's taken by Christian Rogers for the Bears. Up the floor, Brown has it in transition. Gets it to go with the finger roll. Petavillano open for 3, knocks it down. A first year out of Parsippany, New Jersey. Knocks down 3s in back-to-back games. In the first 2 games, he stepped on the Emerson Gymnasium floor for a game. Manganello ripping rebounds out of the hands of everybody else. Senior out of Falmouth, Maine. He's going to go out of bounds, staying with the Lions. Manganello got stripped, but he got fouled. Sam Manganello will take a trip to the free throw line for 2 shots. Another one of the kind of glue guys on this team. He knocks down his first of 2 at the line. Second one for Manganello, rattles in, and he's 2 for 2 with the stripe, 2 points on the day. Well, it's Manganello, Kelleher, Tari, Pedovillano, and Perez all on the floor for Wheaton right now. A foul away from the ball here. It's charged to Tarmo Tari, his first personal. 7th team foul, so 1-1 for Coast Guard here, and they'll send Trevor Parks to the line for 2 shots, and for a 1-1, and doesn't fall through for Parks. Kelleher, step back 3, bang! This team can flat out shoot the basketball. Inside Brown, Tari almost swatted it away, but it's going to get called to the foul. This is the best shooting performance I've seen from this team in my 2 years following Wheaton College basketball. 15 of 27 from three-point territory for Wheaton College. 55.6%. As Brown is off the mark on his first of 2 at the line. You're just going to win ball games shooting over 50% from 3 and taking almost 30 three-point shots. I mean, if this team keeps it up, who knows what they'll do in the next coming weeks. Approaching 5 minutes to go, 38-point lead for the Lions. Perez has it outside. Going to get the screen for Manganello. Manganello slips down. Perez to the rim, blocked. Met by Brown standing in at 6'8". It's going to stay with the Lions. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Tari. 3 ball doesn't fall that time. Brown pulls down the rebound. Parks finds Brown straight away. Now he's going to hand it off to Rogers. Rogers, guarded by Kelleher, spins. Tough shot. It goes through. Christian Rogers. First-year guard out of Linwood, New Jersey, has himself a bucket. It's going out of bounds, but staying with the Lions. 2 more substitutions and 2 more first years into the game. Here for Wheaton, Chris Ballone wearing number 15. And then wearing number 3 also into the game, Miles Shields. Manganello blocked by Brown. Tough time for the Lions getting in the rim with Brown hanging out around there right now. Inbound it to Shields. He corrals it just at half court. 4 seconds. Shields finishes. Athletic play to keep that ball on this side of half court and then slice his way to the basket with the shot clock winding down. Brown spins and was stripped. Shields has it, going back the other way. Manganello, Ballone, corner 3, got it! And the bench is loving it. Chris Ballone knocks it down in the corner. First year out of Windham, New Hampshire. And Wheaton's on a 100-point watch right now, 93 with 3.5 to go. Not out of the question. Fouls charged to Manganello here on the defensive end, so Cameron Brown to the line for a 1-and-1. It's a favorable bounce. Brown's second trip to the line today. He's now 1 of 3 from the stripe. Brown makes 2 of 2. 39-point lead right now, and Wheaton easily breaks the press of Coast Guard here. Perez has it right at the volleyball line. 15 on the shot clock. Petavillano, baseline. Shields, cuts. Thought for a second he might have flushed that one, but elects to go with a finger roll on the smart play. Shields has 4. Perez pushes. Manganello comes up just short on the 3. Brown has it now, under 3 minutes to play. Parent guarded tightly by Shields. Parks open for 3, knocks it down. Parks has 14. He's now the leading scorer for Coast Guard. So him and Parent having pretty strong days on the offensive end. Petavillano, good kick outside. Manganello to Perez. Perez. Oh! Hector Perez hangs in the air and gets the and 1. What a finish from Hector Perez. Free throw rattles out. Pulled into the hands of Parent. Approaching 2 minutes to go, 3 points away from 100. Parent crosses over downhill. Wild shot doesn't fall. Perez kicks out. Petavillano. Back to Perez. Perez, baseline. Almost got another tough one to go on the reverse that time, but it just comes up short off the mark. Parks left open. Too strong that time, and the rebound for Shields, but he went to the floor with it, so a traveling violation. Special thanks to our production crew today, our producer, Alan Wickstrom, video coordinator, Joe Mulhern, and video production director, AJ Uchi.
How you doing?
97-57, one last time out. We'll step away one last time as well. Wheaton College up big over Coast Guard. Back from break, Parks has it outside. Parks drives in and he got fouled by Petavillano, so he'll go to the line for 2 shots as Coast Guard's into the double bonus now. Only thing this game is missing is Peter Wiggins standing in front of us. 15 players in the scoring column for Wheaton in the box score. It's the second straight game we've had numbers like that. Just talked about how they had the big win over MIT back on Wednesday night. Second one from Parks falls through, so now 39-point deficit for Coast Guard. Shields brings it up. Balone. Brown giving him a little bit of room. Balone just knocked down a 3 a couple minutes ago. Doesn't take the shot that time. Going to try to run something here. Perez gets it to Shields right at half court. 10 on the shot clock. Petavillano. Balone. Pulls up. Sinks it. Chris Balone with a smooth stroke here today. Rogers up fake on the three, gives it to Brown. Brown takes the three. And that one's off the mark. 45 seconds to go. Could be the final possession for Wheaton, depending on how long it takes. Balone thought about the three now, brings it back to a dribble. Gonna get it to Shields. Shields in the post, skips through, and they're gonna get him with a travel, and it looks like it could be the last possession, so Wheaton doesn't look like they'll reach that 100 mark. If you had that on your bingo card for today. Parent gets it to Parks, 15 to go. Coast Guard will fall to 4-15 and 2-6 in the conference. And it doesn't get much easier for them. They'll have a road game Wednesday at WPI, who's undefeated in the conference, I should say, as Cameron Brown knocks down the elbow jumper as the buzzer expires. Wheaton College, 99, Coast Guard 60, 39-point victory for the Lions. Back-to-back blowouts here inside Emerson Gymnasium. Wheaton improves to 10-8 overall, 5-3 in the NEWMAC. They'll be back here Wednesday night for a big one. They'll host Babson. Currently 3rd and 4th in the conference. You're not going to miss that one. 7 o'clock tip. Right back here on the NEWMAC Sports Network. I'll be with you, but don't go anywhere right now. Lions postgame coming up next on the NEWMAC Sports Network. 99-60 Wheaton College over Coast Guard. The second straight game where a team has been absolutely run out of Emerson Gymnasium. Joined by Alex Carla, 18 points today. Great game, first of all.
Thank you, Jackson. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, I know you're always doing great out there. This was a team, so I don't know if you want to flash back to it. Back on January 4th, bit of a different story. You guys lost to Coast Guard. I know they were out with one of their guys today. What was the difference between that game and this game? And, I mean, a drastic difference.
Yeah, I think the difference was just we came out with a lot of energy today, especially defensively. We wanted to make it hard for them to run their stuff, like get up into them, make it really tough to get into a rhythm, and I think we were able to do that.
Yeah, you guys were hitting them from all over the place today, a lot of threes. I saw you come out of the game. You took 3 threes right away, and that's not usually your bread and butter. You're more of a mid-range guy, so was that on purpose, or where's that coming from?
It was kind of on purpose. I've been, coaches have been telling me to shoot more, and I've been shooting them more in practice and stuff. And today I just came out, and they were there, so I shot them. Yeah,
it's working out for you guys, clicking on all cylinders. You got Babson Wednesday night. Took them down on the road. This is a pivotal game in terms of NEWMAC standings coming up. How are you guys going into this game? How are you going to pull this off again?
We just got to come in on Wednesday and play really hard. Same thing, try to take them out of their stuff offensively, get into them, make scoring the ball really hard for them. Offense will come for us. We've got a lot of guys who can score the ball, so I think the focus just has to be defensively.
Yeah, I mean, you guys shut them down, you're going to win it. If you hold them under, I'd say 60, I think you guys are in a pretty good shape. Alex, thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Jackson.
Great game.
Thank you.
I have one more guest right here. We're going to turn it over to the man of the people and the top shooter on campus right now. Joined by Ty Murphy, 18 points today in the big win over Coast Guard. Ty, great game.
Thank you.
I don't know if you saw it, but I recently started up a little podcast, and I want to say like 2 weeks ago I talked about it when I was focusing on men's basketball.
Yeah.
You guys were in a good spot, but I talked about you a little bit. I said you were struggling from 3 a little bit, but I said watch out. One of the top shooters in the conference when you get going, and ever since then you've been in double figures every game. What's been clicking the last 2 weeks?
Coach has been on us about this week being the most important week for us. We needed 2 wins, and we got them by 40-50, which is just awesome. I mean, yeah, so we got the bench guys in there, which is awesome. Like, we're all going nuts for them. Really happy for them.
Have you found anything different in your shot the last 2 weeks? I mean, you've been shooting it unconscious. I mean, the best I've seen of any guy on this court the last 2 years.
Not really. I'm just trying not to think about it, trying just to stay in the flow of the game and shoot it when I'm open.
Yeah. I mean, Babson Wednesday night, what's the key to taking them down 2 times in a row?
Just keep it going. We've been moving the ball well. Alex, Aaron have been playing awesome. Evan, too. Just got to play hard.
You guys are rolling right now. It's so fun to watch. I'm excited for you guys going forward. Ty, great game.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me. Wheaton College 99, Coast Guard 60. Final score. Tune in women's basketball next. NEWMAC Sports Network. They got Clark. From Wheaton College and the NEWMAC Sports Network, I'm Jackson Olsen. Ty Murphy right here, the man of the people. Tune in, women's basketball next. Sal Lopez, play-by-play. I'll be on the color for that game. Visit Wheaton College Lions for more information.